just going to talk to you real quick about one of my favorite topics, whiplash. It just so happens that in 1975, I was driving in the hills above Santa Barbara, and I stopped to make a turn into a lake called Cachuma Lake. I had forgotten something. I was going back to school at San Luis Obispo turnaround. I was waiting to make a left-hand turn, and there were all these touring motorcyclists, husbands and wives, probably 100, 200 bikes, I don't know. And I'm sitting there waiting with my left-hand blinker on and my hand out the window, hoping someone doesn't come around the corner. Sure enough, here comes somebody coming around the corner. He was going about 70 miles an hour, and I was at a dead stop. When I saw him coming, I turned my wheel to the right, quick, and bam, and it was like all slow motion as I flew through the car, and my sailboat went off the top of my Volvo wagon in the air going woo, 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 flying through the air. So I was injured. I went to the hospital. They said nothing's fractured, but they said you should probably follow up with someone, maybe see a chiropractor, something like that. They gave me a collar, gave me some pain medications and some muscle relaxants. Man, I was hurt, and a chiropractor helped me. He gave me about 5-6 treatments and my pain levels were down, but he said, Gary, the research shows that your body lays down scar tissue for 12 weeks after an injury, and you have to keep it massaged and adjusted so that you don't end up with a long-standing problem. Well, the insurance company said that we're not going to pay you for your car and your sailboat that were both totaled unless you say you're done with the injury. Now, here's a 21-year-old kid without a car at college. And so I said, okay, where do I sign? So they gave me, I don't know, $3,000 or some ridiculous amount of money, and I signed off. That was a bad mistake. Now, my symptoms got worse and worse and worse for the next 5 years. Headaches, neck pain, mid-back pain, and horrible sinus problems. And so I learned about whiplash from going through it myself. And I've actually specialized in helping people get out of a whiplash problem themselves. What happens is the head, which is about the weight of a bowling ball, gets pushed backwards and forwards really fast. You know, average bowling ball is about 11 pounds. From a dead stop and boom, like that with your neck. Oh my gosh, you tear all the ligaments and tendons in your neck, muscles here. You can see here what happens in the connective tissue in the middle of the neck. It tore. And then people end up healing with loss of curve in their neck. Here's a normal neck. This shows a man with about a 12-pound head. It's usually 8% of the body weight. But here's how people heal with their necks all the way forward like this. And that leads to chronic headaches, neck pain, mid-back pain, and even low back pain. A lot of people are suffering and they don't know why, and it's from older whiplash where they fell off the diaper changing table, off the bike. It's not just a car accident. Snow ski, water ski, snowboard, toboggan runs, diving into the bottom of the swimming pool, getting slammed on the ocean. I mean, you name it. Football injuries, basketball falls. I mean, it goes on and on. Slipping on the ice, boom. And so even though it may not seem significant, you may be suffering from it. It's easy to tell if a person has been injured. There's a 28% higher chance of disc herniations. 96% of the people that have had some sort of neck trauma like that end up with an abnormal curve in their neck, which predisposes them to degenerative arthritis and associated problems. It's a very real problem. And a lot of times, the longer that you wait to get it fixed, the more problems you're going to have and the more degeneration of the spine you're going to see. Most people get the degenerative arthritis and the disc herniations right in the middle of the neck. See 4, 5, 6, and 7. And this is what we see over and over and over. So no matter where you are in that cycle, whether it's new or fresh, you need a minimum of 12 weeks of care after a whiplash. So there's a lot that can be done. I remember this doctor asked me, so Gary, you have all these symptoms. I said, yeah. He said, well, what do you want to do about it? I said, well, I want them to go away. Like, duh. And he says, okay, well, then it means we have to find the cause of it, and we have to put together a solution that's going to fix the cause. Because if you only treat for temporary relief, what's going to happen if you haven't fixed the cause? You tell me. It's going to come back. That's right. And it's going to get worse with time. So I decided that I I wanted to fix it for good. He said, a day, a week, a month, a year, forever, what do you want? I said, forever. And then I came up with all my reasons why I couldn't do it. Well, I don't have the money. Well, my wife says, we have a credit card. Well, I don't want to go into debt. She goes, honey, look at your x-ray. Aren't you in debt to that already? She goes, and I'm watching you suffer, and it's bothering my quality of life to see you suffering. So like, get over it, get off yourself, and think about me and fix your darn neck for good, you know? So I ended up doing it. And you know, it was probably the third best decision I ever made. And, you know, made me go from not being a chiropractic patient and not really even thinking chiropractic was valuable or scientific into wanting to be a chiropractor that could help other people. So that's my quick story on whiplash. I hope that helps you, or hopes it helps you to share it with someone else, and love to help you. God bless.